those days what they know, so they sent him to a shrink. The shrink that he went to person's cognitive ability to attempt to rebuild their mind under the doctor's control. A popular method of choice to achieve this is called psychodriving.
The day that my father was brought to the hospital, they immediately put him on insulin, to put him into the insulin coma. They took clips from the interview with the shrink and put it on tape to run a loop under his pillow while he was getting his sleep treatments.
He also was put in days with a recording beside him saying that your mother hates you over and over and over and over and over.
That was beside my bed. Repeatedly 250,000 and 500,000 times.
Another common method is the use of extreme Page Russell
Page Russell shock treatment is approximately 40 to 75 times the strength of a normal shock treatment, so it's really designed to wipe out the memory.
He received 54 high voltage shock treatments, followed by 54 grand seizures.
In 27 cases, they said that they were discouraged because he still had ties to his former life, and that he was happy to see his wife. They decided to give him more Page Russell shock treatments and put him for 30 days.
Patients were released from the hospital. They had found their lives would never see them again.
Well, there's a lot I could not remember after I got out of the hospital. When I finally came out of the I didn't even know who they were.
He never came out the same. Blank look at He didn't know we were his daughter. He lost his job. We went into poverty after he came out.
He had said in his interview with the shrink that I was the apple of his eye. He came home and he started leaving me alone.
I want everyone to know in Canada what went on in that horrible hospital.
While historians and survivors have exposed MK Ultra's influence to the world, it remains unknown about its extent and wider impact. Given the highly sensitive nature of Owen's activity, it is likely this will remain the case for years to come.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it. Write for Pollution Booklet, Box 1771, Radio City Station, New York.
There